What is up, and welcome into the Easy Smoke and the GM podcast. I am your host, Ezra McCann, and I'm joined, as always, by my outstanding co-hosts. He's a Chicago Public League legend. He's a Simeon legend. He's a Grambling State legend. He played second base for the Tigers back in the day. He was all SWAC, and he is now the head baseball coach at Simeon High School. He is Brandon Williams, a.k.a. Coach Smoke. And we got our NFL draft analyst. I was about to say analysis. NFL draft analyst, just all around football expert. You can catch him everywhere. He is none other than Glenn Morgan, our GM. Gentlemen, what's going on? How you guys doing today?
How about them Cubbies, huh?
Man, I was doing all right until I just scrolled on Facebook and saw the Bulls roster.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I didn't do it. I just happened to be scrolling, and that's what showed up.
There is zero excitement going into this season, man. Now I did place a Bulls bet today.
To be the worst team in the league?
No. Actually, this is a positive for the Bulls. The
not making playoffs and get drafted.
Wait, the over under win total for the Bulls this season is 32.5.
Oh, you picked the
under.
I actually took the over. I think they're going to win 35, 36 games this year.
Okay, let's change the subject.
Be picking 10th again or 13th.
They're gonna do what they do every year. They're gonna win.
Be in a hunt for the play-in.
They're gonna win 37, 38 games. They're gonna finish 10th, and then they're gonna be out after the play-in round. It's the same thing every year.
Jesus.
Oh man, they're more sickening than the Bears.
All right, that's it. The podcast is done. We're too disgruntled, disillusioned to talk any further.
Enough Bulls basketball here.
Wait, we're supposed to be getting cheered up after this?
Well, we are coming off of a very good Bears victory.
Was it a very
on Sunday?
Good
It's a win is a win. We've talked about this before.
So you went from a very good to a win is a win. That's a little more accurate.
A win is always very good. I don't care how you get it. It's very good. I felt good Sunday night after that
we need
display.
To get you out
in Las Vegas.
Apparently, there's a low bar, the low threshold of feeling good.
It's a win. It's a win. I'm not gonna feel bad after a win.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling good. We're going to the bye week now. I don't like the fact that the bye week is so early this year. But we go into the bye 2-2. They need some help. What's gonna happen in like another 5 weeks? They're gonna really need some help.
Maybe not. You never know.
But nonetheless, all right, this team, showed some moxie, came back in the fourth quarter. Caleb Williams does what he seems to do now, late game situations. He shows up.
Yeah. Okay.
He gets on the drive. He scores the touchdown to put them up. He's done this before. He did this last season. And he was let down in a couple games, namely that one in Washington. But this time, Josh Blackwell comes and saves the day with the field goal.
And, improbable block field goal, yes.
And
that happens
we escaped Vegas with a nice 25-24 victory. Come on, y'all weren't pumped up at all.
Well, I was coaching in that moment, so
okay, all right.
And
you didn't see.
I saw it because my assistant, not my assistant, my other coach, he had the
NFL Plus Premium.
He had it on YouTube TV.
Okay.
On his phone, so we saw it. And then the TVs because the field we were playing on was right in front of the concession bar area.
Yeah.
So we saw it first, and then maybe about 10 seconds later. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't excited after. It was more so like, fuck, we better have won that game. I mean, I saw so much on social media trashing the defense that had me baffled. Our defense got in the first quarter alone got what, 3 turnovers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only to be losing. Only to be losing. like and I'm not even putting this on Caleb. Putting it on the offense in totality. Like, our offense to me has to be better overall. Whatever we got to do, coaching. Like, there's no way you get all them turnovers and you're losing that. And we got them in plus territory at that.
You had great starting field
position.
Yeah. That is very true.
Like, we should have blew them out. We should have blew them out.
But that man number 98 for the Raiders.
Yes.
That dude is for real, man.
He is. Maxx Crosby is very good.
He was all over the place. All over the place. Theo Benedette had no answer for Maxx Crosby in that first half. And I'm sure Benedette was very happy when they decided to move him over to the left side, which is very interesting that Braxton Jones was the one that got pulled, but they moved Benedette over to the left side. Ozzie Trapillo came in at right tackle, and Maxx Crosby was still doing Maxx Crosby things, but it just didn't look as effective, yeah, as when Benedette was over there. So yeah, give Maxx Crosby a lot of credit for what was going on with that Bears offense in that first half, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good win to even up the record at 2-2, but thank God we played Geno Smith after we played the Cowboys. That's how I left that game. Like, thank God we played Geno Smith, because he was trash out there.
Here's the deal. Ashton Jeanty
had a breakout game. He did. Day. Well, he had one big run. That was like a 70-some yard run, and
then he had some other nice runs.
Yeah, but he only finished for like 120-some yards.
Well, he had 140 something, didn't he?
Yeah, 140 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a lot, man.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not a lot.
You sound like Wani, man.
No,
Wani, when he was the coach of the Bears.
I'm saying that, and the fact that he had that one big run.
Wait, if it weren't for that 75-yard and that 80-yard run by Barry Sanders, we would have held him to 20 yards rushing.
Hey.
No, but I get you though, man.
Like, I mean, but the defense did what they did. The offense ended up putting some drives together to get some points. It was a good win. Like I say, to even up 2-2. I didn't get as amped as everyone else for the win, because, like I said, it didn't make me feel good to come back after how we looked against the Cowboys, to need so much assistance to win that game against the Raiders. That makes me still feel like that Cowboys game was a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke.
I don't think so.
The numbers were skewed, but the win wasn't a fluke.
Not the win being a fluke. The numbers being a fluke.
Those were skewed.
The freeness of the offense was a fluke. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it from how the Giants look from week to week to how we look from week to week. and I don't think we looked as different. I mean, Caleb ain't play as bad as Russell Wilson played the following week, but also Caleb didn't go against the Chiefs defense like Russell Wilson had to. Like I could see what I saw would tell me if we played a lot of Chiefs, he would have looked just as bad as Russell Wilson. That's how I'm taking it. The offense needed so much help in that game, and I felt like we shouldn't have needed that.
But it wasn't just Caleb though.
No, that's why I said it wasn't.
They,
It wasn't on the quarterback. So
they
per se, I
still
think the
they
offense
they
needed to
still
do more.
can't
We
they
had key drops. We had it was a lot of things that happened.
we can't run the football, which is killing me right now because for the last couple years that was the
That's
strength
been
of
our
this
strength.
offense. Yeah,
Yes,
and
even
now all of a
last year,
sudden, now all of a sudden
in Caleb's first year,
we can't run the football.
can't
That's a
run block
problem.
now. That's the crazy part.
That's the thing. Because
That's
they
the thing.
overcorrected, and you got guys that are better in pass protection than run blocking, and they'll get better. Here's where I'm gonna differ with you a little bit. I hear what you're saying. I don't think it was a good win as much as they avoided having a bad loss, because that would have been a bad loss for everything you mentioned. All the help they got with the
Yes.
turnovers, the fact that they had some key drops, the fact that they still had these pre-snap penalties, the fact that the running game struggled as much as it did, um, and the fact that the run defense struggled as much as it's been struggling. So I thought they avoided a bad loss. I think the win was positive. I wouldn't say a good win, but I think the win overall is positive because these guys are learning how to fight through, you know, some of the adversity is self-inflicted, but they're learning how to fight through the self-inflicted problems and whatever problems that the opposition poses. And it was the first win on the road with this new head coach. And so, you quote unquote stacked the win. So you got a back to back win. So I think it's positive in a lot of ways. And I'll agree in that fashion. But I think the Bears avoided having a bad loss. I think there's incremental improvement all around, but there's significant enough issues that seriously need to be addressed. I'll go with the negative first. Just like you said, the run game is a problem, and I don't put it all on Swift. At there are times like, dude, you get hit in the back. You know, you get hit in the backfield, or before you can go somewhere, 2-3 guys are there, and when you make your first or second step, 2 or 3 guys are right there tackling you. I think that's an issue. I don't think there's any depth at running, so you're putting a lot more on Swift. He's not a pound between the
Well,
tackles type kind of back.
you only have two backs right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's a GM issue to me, which again, that's something that I've been pounding the pavement at least for the past year and a half. The other negative, the run defense, for whatever reason, it's not bad. It's atrocious. Now I think where they improve, and we've seen it from the last 2 weeks after the Detroit debacle, is that on critical downs, the Bears have been able to be somewhat effective and get off the field, or make a significant stop when they need to, quote unquote, when the game's on the line, so to speak. So that's an improvement. Again, with the issues, some of these drops are bad. I think that the offense, they're inconsistent. You can't have a really good drive like, what was it, a 19 play drive or
Against
18 play
Dallas.
drive against Dallas,
Yeah.
and then you're pretty much struggling to string together a 6 to 8 play drive, since then for the most part. It's so inconsistent. You can look really good at times, and then all of a sudden
the final drive was 11 plays.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. That's my point. Inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like you're struggling to have those, like. And I realize everything's not going to be 3 and out, or everything's not going to be a 6, 8, 9 play drive. But you can't have as many short drives as they've had at times. And again, a lot of it's because it's self-inflicted, because you're getting these pre-snap penalties. So those are things. And then, head coach is still learning how to make better. He needs to know how to make better decisions, with his team too, in terms of when they go forward. Since he's a play caller, there are times too where it's like, hey, you got them on their heels. You don't need to pass this time. Keep you have some effective. Here's a good time to kind of run, so that you don't, especially if your team is struggling with pre-snaps. It's like, I don't know what it is between them and the Jets, and these are two new head coaches from the same Lions organization, coaching staff, where it seems as though they both want to, definitely have the run to establish the pass, and they seem to both be having a lot of pre-snap penalties. It seems very similar, a lot of pre-snap penalties. So it's got to be something with that system that somehow the players are still maybe thinking before they're playing, and they're reacting either too soon or too late or whatever. It seems too similar for that. So that's kind of the negative stuff I've seen there. I think what's been good, and it's been subtle in some ways, is Caleb's progression. I think he's becoming a better decision maker each week. I think he's learning how to go north and south when he has to run more quickly than last year, where he was just back and forth, east and west, running into sacks and all that stuff. He's never run into as many sacks. I think he only has 7 on the season so far in 4 games. So at that rate, he'll be around 32 to 35 sacks, which would be about almost cut in half what happened last year. So that's some progress. Hey, Smoke, I know at times, bro, we've been talking about the universal playbook, but I'm actually seeing these receivers be schemed open.
Yes. I mean, but we said it early that they were getting open. He was missing them.
But now they're dropping the ball.
Yeah.
The commit drop was brutal.
He's finally getting the ball there.
Yeah. And he had less missed throws. They're going to happen. I get that. He's not a robot. He's not perfect. Nobody is. But he's having less of those and less egregious looking. There are times where it's just like, my God, dude, like, what are you doing? And there are times I think he throws the ball away on purpose, which is something as an evolution of a quarterback's awareness. Like, hey, you know what? This is going to be a negative play. There's no reason to even, make this. I throw, I dirt it, or I throw it out of bounds, or I throw it behind him. We don't lose any yards. We, play for the next down. I think the special teams has been incrementally better, making some key plays, obviously, to win the game. I think the defense has been a lot more assertive when it comes to forcing turnovers. I mean, that's kind of Captain Obvious on that one. But I think along with that, you look at Stevenson and how much he has turned the page on how poorly he looked. The worst in the Detroit game. He was getting abused. He's making knucklehead mistakes, all that kind of stuff. And you go back to the Washington game, he's kind of been on the fans, like, side-eyed outs for a bit. Last 2 weeks, that dude is I mean, he's like turn the momentum around kind of guy. If it wasn't for Byard's 2 picks, Stevenson's phenomenal interception would have stood out even more. I mean, that was a hell of a freaking interception, man. I mean, it really was. I heard somebody negative was like, oh, what, is he going to run the wrong way? I'm like, dude, you make a diving catch like that and roll your head.
The way he stretched out like that, man.
I'm like, dude, he had to reorient himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically did a flip, and lucky he didn't hurt himself, making the catch. So yeah, those things are strong. Oh, I know what the other negative thing was, the tackles. You guys talked about earlier, how not only did we go through all 3 tackles, but we moved them from one side to the other.
Well, I think we kind of found out. Well, wait. I think we found out that Darnell Wright may be a little bit better than what we thought. Based on what was going on with Max Crosby. I feel like it would have been a little better.
Yeah, it might have been a little better.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have looked as dominant. So yeah,
that's a question mark coming in now. Do you put Benedette? Do you start him at left tackle over Braxton Jones after the bye? Do you think about Trapillo?
Well, this is what I think.
I don't know.
Potentially, and it all depends on what they do next year. I'm getting way ahead of myself. All depends what they do next year. But you could arguably put Darnell to the left and have Trapillo be on the right. and Benedict be your swing tackle, because Benedict we've already seen him play both sides during the season.
Right.
I think Benedict looked a little bit better at left. It could have been who he was playing against, but remember, I kind of trying to think, was it Kuntz or the other edge that was giving the Bears problems too, because both it's like both sides were giving the Bears problems. That's why Braxton got benched, because the other guy was beating him bad too.
Yeah.
Opposite Crosby. So, but anyway, the tackles have been an issue. I think the interior has been gelling better, more consistently, and that's the veteran group, and as well they should be. But yeah, man, I think overall, like I said, it was a positive win. Getting that win, they're starting to see the fruits of their labor, which you need to see that at times so that you can buy in better. But you also can start developing confidence in yourself, and you're starting to develop that chemistry with your teammates. And we're seeing that. And when you look at the rest of the schedule, outside of the Philadelphia game and maybe Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, because those games are back-to-back. Pittsburgh's here, the Philadelphia game is on the road, but those games are so close together because of Black Friday. So they play Pittsburgh that Sunday, then the following Friday, or that following Friday, they play Philadelphia and Philly. That might be kind of tough. And again, if Pittsburgh is healthy and playing like they're playing now, it could be an issue, or a tougher game. But the Baltimore game, Bears might be catching them at the right time, or they might be catching them right at the wrong time.
Yeah.
yeah, because they've got something they're fighting for. But again, we don't know the length of the hamstring issue with Lamar.
The issue is they got that damn bye right before us.
What are we? It's right. That's 4 weeks from now, right?
Yeah.
That's usually around the time that a hamstring is
better,
about healing up. Yeah.
And they got the bye. That's essentially an extra week for him
to heal up.
Like that's the, because if they didn't have the bye, he'd be probably pressured to play that, because shit, if they lose to Houston, they're going to lose to the Rams.
It's possible. I mean, we don't know the severity of the hamstring.
He's not playing the next 2 weeks, though. Sure.
Who is Baltimore's backup?
Cooper Rush.
Different,
solid backup, but it's a totally different. It changes the entire
their whole offense. Right.
That's the issue there.
Yeah, you can see a lot more Justice Hill, and going forward. But here's the thing: aside from the quarterback, the Ravens' defense has been issuematic. It's one of the worst in the league, if not the worst. And you're talking about former Bear Roquan Smith is doubtful, so we don't know.
They've given up 40s a couple times, but 37 to Kansas City this past week. I know they gave up 40 plus to Buffalo.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Ravens game, as unwinnable as it seemed before the season began, it's not as it's going to be a tough one, but it's not as impossible as it felt before. Point being, you look at the schedule.
You said Bears, this last week.
Yeah. I mean, the Bears got I'm just saying, like, look, man, 2-2.
Look like we running into some sorry ass defenses. Like this is
sorry ass teams. Yeah, like the Giants.
That's the way the schedule works.
Yeah, the Giants game is here in Chicago, I believe. And those two teams, Bears and the Giants, could be similar in terms of effectiveness. But the rest of those teams, I mean, the Saints might be, one of the worst teams in the league. They can't.
The Saints play Buffalo pretty well, though.
They've been playing everybody well, but Spencer Rattler apparently can't win a game. So as long as he's quarterbacking, I feel good about the Bears' chances to close it out. I mean, Cleveland, they're playing tougher, but it doesn't look like it's impossible. The Bengals look like it might be a layup. I mean, I know nothing's a given, but these are San Francisco. I promise you, dude. I never thought San Francisco, before the season began, I was not a believer in San Francisco, and I thought they were banged up, and they're a team that always gets banged up as the season progresses. I don't see that being much different. I think Bosa's gone for the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and their receiver situation, they can't keep them healthy. and you're starting to see Purdy look like the last pick in the draft. I mean, look, if McCaffrey goes down, I mean, you can forget about it. So, the Bears got a chance, man. It's what you got 4 games played, so you got 13 games left. The Bears could arguably go 8-5 down the stretch.
That's possible.
It's
10-6.
arguably, yeah, 10-7. And if you
Right, 10-7.
if you factor in, even if they go 6-7, that's 8-9. That's still
Improvement.
an improvement. So, and I'm thinking that's more like the floor as opposed to, I think their ceiling is probably 8. So yeah, the truthfully lies in the middle. And again, beginning of the season, I thought 9-8. It looks like they're still on track for that. Now, after the first 2 weeks, it looked like, oh my God, this could be another. Yeah. This could be another 4 to 5 win season. But now it's like, that's the thing with football, man. And look, I'll say this last thing, and I'll say it every year when we do this stuff. Talk to me when October gets around. You're still figuring out who you are. Most teams are. Nobody saw the Chiefs struggling at 1-2 going into this last. They could very well have been, 1-3, just like the Ravens. Nobody saw the Ravens or the Chiefs be in a situation where either one would be 1-3. I'm sure the schedule makers thought 3-0 or 2-1 at worst when they both would face off. Dallas Cowboys are starting to look like they might be a better overall team going forward. The Packers look like they might be running away with it. All of a sudden, they look like, well, who are you guys? 40 burger, the same Dallas team that we beat the crap out of, put a 40 burger on
stuff is different on the road.
Yeah, so yeah, man, it's still early, but yeah, I say positive win.
The Packers play Green Bay again. I mean Dallas again, beat the dog shit out of them. That was one of them. That was one of them games Dallas had, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, you had to with Micah coming back, and
I'm sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, so yeah, man, it's look, man, it was a positive win, and it could have been which avoided a bad loss. I will say this last thing too. I don't know if I felt as good about a head coach as I do about this one. It just feels different. I like how he handles everything accountability wise. I love the little better, best thing they do after the win or whatever. That gets me a little pumped up when I hear it.
I think it's corny.
Hey, that's fine.
I agree with Ez.
Hey, I like it. I'm a dad, man. I'm a dad.
Agree. I agree with Ez.
It's a little corny. That's just me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. For me, it's
like fine. It's fine when you're winning, but then,
I'm sick of the gimmicky stuff.
Yeah,
man.
when the losses start, it's like, really, man, are we really doing this?
It's been too much gimmicky, and I thought I'm like, oh, you know what? He ain't got hits principles and club dub.
I like it better than his principles.
Granted, I wouldn't have knew. I mean, we wouldn't have knew about this had we not finally won. But, but I mean, it was like, here we go, something else. Granted, I did like Club Dub though. I ain't gonna lie, I did like Club Dub.
Club Dub was cool.
And that shit got old quick because you got tired of Nagy. So let's see if you still like the best and bestest.
Well, no, Club Dub was cool in 18. Then in 19,
they should have left it alone. They should have left
it. Yeah, they should have left it there because in 19 you start racking up losses.
Yeah,
you can't bring that shit back. No, leave it where it was. All right, that's over. That's over.
You don't see the Super Bowl shuffle every year. You left it in a year that it was exciting.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I kind of like it, but even with that, man, I think he's accountable. I think he's candid when asked the questions. I don't think he's blowing smoke at this point. I mean, eventually, at some point, all coaches, give you the coach speak. But I think he's pretty consistent with how he expresses himself and holds himself accountable. But by the same token, he's not saying that he's not embarrassing his players, but he is addressing the fact that this position or this unit or what have you needs to execute better and so on and
I,
so forth.
I can agree there. He's not coaching like Virginia McCaskey is still alive. He's not talking to the media like she's still alive. I mean, he's not like you kind of see raw emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Raw emotion, like the whole situation with
the halftime
halftime. Yeah. Like,
well, that wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't. But at the same time, have we ever seen anything of that nature from a Nagy or Eberflus?
I don't think we haven't seen that since Ditka.
They
maybe
always,
a little bit with Lovey.
It seemed like they always said, they always gave coach speak. I'm not gonna say they always said the right thing, because they didn't always say the right thing, but it was always buttoned up. It was always uniformed. It felt like
Lovey.
This didn't feel uniform.
Lovey would occasionally get mad at Lawrence Holmes, and you would think that, well, Lawrence, I don't understand why you would ask something like that,
Yeah.
But Ditka would toss it back. But
that's your IQ, buddy. See that right there? That's your IQ.
But this dude, man, remember? I don't know if you guys remember during training camp. I think DJ Moore was asked about him, and he was like, "Man, he's different." He said something like, he'll be laughing and joking 1 second, and then in the very next breath, he's totally sees like he's scary. And I think you saw that in that interview.
Yeah, I would love for the Bears to struggle and him go on Cap and J Hood and let Cap think he gonna talk to him like he used to talk to Eberflus. I would love to see that.
I don't think Cap would dare though.
And that's the point right there though. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Do they still do that interview? The coaches interview?
Probably not, since he's so new.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing it this year. But let me go to the halftime thing, because I saw it on ESPN talk about it, and outside of Shea, who's the only one that really said that, even in tone or at any length, that maybe Aditi might not have asked the question the right way or the best way. She said like maybe the tonality and how she asked it, it would be easy to misread how she phrased
absolutely, because the way it was definitely a question, but the way her tone was, I could see where you thought that it was a statement.
I thought it looked real moment. I thought it was a statement. I was like, "Whoa, Aditi, like that's a real aggressive."
No, it was a question. The inflection was just off.
Okay,
because the way she said it was like, so do you have to change up what you're doing?
No, she didn't say that. She says, no. I replayed it so many times. She's like, do you need to change what you're doing?
Right. But
the thing is, but the thing comes across as,
but it
like,
came across as like,
it didn't come off as,
it came across like
you need to change your shit. It was, you need to change what you're doing.
Right. Yeah. That's how
not a question. It felt like a statement.
No, he said you need to change what you're doing.
That's a statement. That's not a question.
Right.
Listen to how you just said that.
But I'm saying it's all interpreting the tone of it. And he interpreted as that was a statement. You're telling me I need to do something. No. So I get what his reaction was.
Right. But I still thought he handled that well, because he didn't go off. He just said, yeah, you think? You think?
We'll be fine. But then he gave her that Superman death ray stare.
He gave her a look, and I'm like, I was like, yeah, like, man, dude, where's she coming from? And I like her. I mean, I think she's been one of the more quality, reporters that I've seen over the years, But here's the thing, looking back at it again several times, I think she got caught up trying to phrase her question. And it came out weird, and the tonality was weird. It was off. and you add that, and I'm, if you're the coach, I'm getting ready to hit the field, and I don't even want to be talking to you anyway,
Right.
and I'm answering your questions, and you're gonna ask me a question like that, And I think she realized, like, she kind of like, okay, because I think she realized it probably came out. I could
It
see it
came
in her
out
face.
wrong. She was like,
It
"Oh
came
my
out
god,
weird. It's
that's
it's like
not."
it's like
Yeah.
it's like she heard herself like, that came out. That's not how I meant it for it to come out.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I thought he handled well, but even with that, afterwards in a press in the post game press conference, I thought he answered that. He reacted to that in a contrite manner. So I thought overall he handled
Well,
it
I think he
well.
brought. I think he brought it. Up. He brought it up again because I think he was actually able to see it, and
Yeah,
then he had a better understanding. And he even said, "I could have handled that better." You know.
yeah,
So it was both sides, and I get it.
right. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I like this coach, because he's accountable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he didn't put it on her. He was just like, well, he's like, these are the facts. He gives you context. These are the facts. This is what happened. All right, cool. Next time, I got it. I can do better. I'll do better.
My question is, do they even need to do that though? Do we need that
I
interview?
don't like it. I don't. Whatever. I think the home team coach maybe, or the coach that
The winning coach.
the winning coach is a lot easier. I think, but I don't necessarily think easy should always be the case. I think the home team coach, because you got the comfort of home, and it seems like you're a little more
I
on the
get
road. You're more pressed, I think, at
home
times.
team, and if you're winning, you can talk to the road team coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I think
hated
that
the entire thing. I really hate. The one I really hate is
during the game.
the during the game the NBA where
Yeah,
they're catching them
During the
between
timeout.
quarters. Yeah, or
Yeah.
during a timeout. It's like, really, let the man go in and handle his team. You asking questions. Pop used to, Greg Popovich used to do the one answer or the one word answer thing. You know,
yeah.
what's the key? What's the key to the game?
Winning.
Turnovers.
play,
So he
play
he
better.
would make fun of it. But yeah, why? I mean, as a fan, I don't need it.
I'm not gaining
I'm not
anything
getting
extra.
anything from it. So why are we doing this? And I get, the networks are trying to get access and they're paying all this money to have these games, but we're not getting nothing from it. So just let it go.
No, no, and you putting the reporters in a situation where
Right.
you putting them, you hanging them out to dry a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if they catch a coach who's just in a bad way on a bad day. It's like, man, why I got to catch shrapnel? It's unnecessary.
Yeah, because I
That's
know how that go. And I'm
yeah.
on I'm on a very low end of that.
How would you feel? You're in a,
I mean,
a one
so
run ball game, and then in during an inning you got to do an interview.
don't come talk
No.
to me.
Yeah.
Don't come talk to me. I mean, had an instance where, of course, Black Baseball Media, my people who run that, of course, they do the Black Baseball Classic, do the little pregame interviews and all that. That's cool for the Classic. Then they venture into like when they get to like city playoffs and state playoffs and things of that nature. So he did a pregame interview with me before our Lane Tech game. And of course, we lost that game. So he came to me pre-game against Morgan Park in the state sectional semifinal. I told him I will not talk to you until after this game is over. Leave me alone. Just like that. We won the game. He said, I'm coming back for that interview. Oh, you can now, but don't talk to me before the game ever again. We lost. We lost a big game last time I talked to you before the game. I'm not doing it.
Not happening.
Not having it no more.
I never understood that. That's just
And so I can only imagine one. I wish he would have came up to me in that St. Lawrence game, 2-1, going into the. Don't come talk to me right now. We do not come talk to me. My adrenaline is high. I'm locked in. Like, yeah, But that's why they get paid the big bucks, though. They have to be
That is
able
true.
to. They have to be able to
And like I said,
manage all that.
it all it you know it really, the bottom line is it's all about money. The networks are paying billions of dollars to get the rights to these games. They want as much access as possible. So I get that. 2-2, fellas. We got the bye coming up, and then the rest of the season.
Yeah.
That's it.
The Washington game returned to the scene of the crime. And that's what it said. That's a Monday
That's
night
a Monday
game.
night. Monday night. Yep.
Yeah. So return to the scene of the crime and another primetime game. So another bugaboo to get over. A road win, prime time, against a team that, you know, they got the better of you last year. So everything says the focus should be there. So I don't want to hear the Bears cannot come out and look flat beginning.
No.
You're coming off of a bye. You owe this team payback. It's prime time. You want to stack wins. Everything is pushed everything is leveraged in terms of motivation and all those intangible kind of things that lead towards being a prepared team, getting ready to face an opponent. And if you come out flat, that's when you immediately look at, okay, coaching staff, what's going on? How come you couldn't get these guys ready? Then you look at the players, like what are we doing here? You all can't possibly think after 2 wins, y'all shit don't stink,
Right.
execution wise, So these pre-snap penalties, I don't want to see more than 3. Don't want to see more than 3. You start hitting 5 or more.
I don't want to see any,
You know,
man. That's
I know I don't want to
mental
say any.
mental
I
mistakes, man. There's no need for that.
I get it,
The
but
false starts, the
I don't think I
illegal
don't.
motions. You had Roman, and I don't want to get on Roman Dunze, but did you see the one where he had an illegal motion, where he goes in motion and then takes off as the ball was snapping like it was the CFL? No, you
Yeah,
can't. You
yeah.
can't do that in this league. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can't have that.
I agree, but by the same token, I don't think you go from where they've been in the amount of number of pre-snaps to from that to 0. I think realistically, I want to see them come down and then consistently stay low. It's going to happen a little bit because you're still learning a new system, and then that offensive line. I mean, with the amount of changing that's been going on there, that may happen along those lines. I'm with you. The receiver should know where to set up. That shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, all I have to say that you're right. 2-2, everything is leverage in the Bears' direction towards being able to have a platform towards winning to stand on, and then move in a direction forward with. So yeah, man, I'm and as a fan, you really get a chance to sit there and watch your team. Don't worry about red zone. I'm not trying to catch all the other games, and I'm not worried about my fantasy players and all these other teams. It's you've seen what the people in your division have already done. So you go to 3-2, a couple more losses. The Vikings lose. You find yourself being in second place. Right behind the Lions. So there's a lot here as a fan to feel good in an anticipatory kind of fashion.
I get that. I get that. Hey, let's move on. I got a story here. Um, Now, the way it was titled, it made it seem as though Matt Forte was a little upset that he wasn't among the 128 um, modern era players that were nominated for the 2026 Hall of Fame class. All right, when you go into the story, he says he was surprised that he wasn't nominated, but he understands, and he went through why he thought that he wasn't nominated, which he said that he was only a two-time Pro Bowler. He may not have had the yards that some of the other guys had, but he said that he was used differently as a running back. He was more of a receiving back than most of your running backs out there are. blah, 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 blah. So I got a question. All right, we're going to look at the running backs that were nominated, and let's see if Matt Forte stacks up with these guys, and should he be among these guys that were nominated. So the first one I got here, Sean Alexander, Seattle
No.
Seahawks.
No,
Would you take Forte over Sean Alexander?
no.
I think because of the touchdowns, no. And
Uh,
for everybody who doesn't know, Sean Alexander has over 100 rushing touchdowns. Matt Forte has about almost half of that, about 54 rushing touchdowns, I think you said.
50. Let me get the right number. 54. Yep.
Yeah, so that's a little low for a Hall of Fame running back. Sorry, so no.
54.
Especially when you consider the guy you just named has pretty much the same amount of rushing yards as Matt Forte over their career.
Sean Alexander, 9,453 rushing yards.
Shit, he has less.
Matt Forte, 9,796 rushing yards.
Yeah, but twice as many touchdown runs. That's,
Yeah.
that leads to wins.
But Forte has
4,000 more
3,000 more receiving yards than he does.
That's nice and flashy, but what did that really get you? That just meant that they threw to you more than the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you told me you have 40 receiving touchdowns, now that's different.
Mike Allstott.
Yes.
Forte over Mike Allstott?
Yeah, but Allstott's more of a fullback.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if there was a fullback,
he was a halfback too.
Nah, bro. You know what it is? This is before you.
He wasn't your. No, I remember. He was in high school just before me. I remember Mike Allstott.
I understand. I'm not talking about his high school days in my car or Joliet Catholic.
I'm
not talking about that. What I'm saying is this is a little bit before you guys' time and before my time too. But I remember a little bit more like when you had both your backs were on the ball. You'd have they'd run and or block. So you had Walter Payton and Roland Harper. That was kind of like the last time you saw, and I think Kevin Mack and Ernest Biner.
Matt Suey ran the ball.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
he only got a total of like 7,000 and some yards, bro.
Well, hear me out. This is what I'm trying to say is Matt Suey was more of a prototypical fullback, modern in the sense that you're blocking more that you're running, and you would run from time to time. You get some short yardage carries. What I'm trying to say is, if you go back to the 60s and the 50s and the 40s, fullbacks were actually
the dominant back.
Yeah, because they were they were closest to the line.
Jim Brown was technically a fullback.
A lot of times those guys would get the ball, like Rick Caceres with the Bears was kind of like almost like a fullback too. So,
well, you must have loved you some Rick Caceres, man. That's the second time you've brought him up tonight.
I'm just saying that I like football. I like the history of football, and I was amazed how much fullbacks were integral back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, even more so than the halfbacks in a lot of ways. Halfbacks, the glory days of the running backs were really like the late 60s, 70s, and 80s. Where you see the running backs be the superstars that they came to be. That being said, Mike Allstott to me is kind of a throwback in that mold to where you can build around your fullback and use them accordingly. The Bears try to do that with Brad Muster in a lot of ways. He was kind of like an oversized halfback, fullback hybrid, didn't quite know what to do with him. Mike Allstott was like, well, we know what to do with him. And he was a fullback-ish type of person that can run the ball. If you really go like Tom Rathman was probably one of those fullbacks that you saw with the 49ers.
Oh, he was a beast.
Who could catch the ball out the backfield, blocked and ran really well, but was always in the backfield because of the West Coast offense. You had the two backs in the backfield. So Allstott to me was kind of a good running fullback who could play as a halfback at times. But Warren Dunn was the halfback in that backfield. So yeah, I would say Forte.
By the way, you brought up Tom Rathman. Roger Craig should be in the Hall of Fame.
Now that's a snub.
Yeah.
You can't be the first person to go 1,000 receiving and rushing in a season and act like with 2 or 3 Super Bowls under your belt, and they act like you didn't do nothing.
Roger Craig needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, sorry. I agree with that.
Next on this list, Tiki Barber.
So you're saying should Forte be over Tiki Barber?
Yeah. Would you? I'm trying to see if Forte
I think
should be on this list.
I think Tiki's got more rushing touchdowns, and he's got a Super Bowl win. And I think some of those things help put you over. So
No,
I think he's
Tiki didn't win a Super Bowl.
Tiki don't got a Super Bowl win.
No, he left before the Super Bowl.
Oh, he left right before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he left before that.
Okay. Well, then never you mind. Then no. I think they're both about the same to me. So yeah, Matt Forte. If Tiki, New York is Tiki's part of the media too. Sometimes that helps a player.
Tiki made it over 10,000, so he's at 10,449 yards.
How many touchdowns?
55.
So
pretty much the same. They're the same.
They're about the same. Yeah, I think the New York media pushes them over the top. To me, I don't think. I think they're equitable.
Another fullback, Larry Centers. I don't
know that. I don't even know who that is.
Larry Centers played for Arizona.
Man, one of the best receiving fullbacks in the history of the game.
I don't think they're not apples to apples though.
They're not. They're not apples to apples.
He was definitely a fullback.
If there's a fullback position in the Hall of Fame, then you throw in Centers, Rathman, Allstott. I mean, you can start throwing in some
absolutely. Dudes. Moose Johnston.
Yeah,
put in there as a fullback.
As a fullback, yeah.
Jamal Charles.
No.
You don't think that? So you don't think Forte should be over Jamal Charles?
No, I don't think Jamal Charles should be over Forte.
I agree. I think if Jamal Charles is on there, then yes. If I'm Matt Forte, I feel snubbed. What does Jamal have? Like 8,000 yards rushing?
Right. Jamal Charles,
if that
is at 7,000.
Exactly. If that, like, come on, man.
44 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's snub.
He's got it. Man. Yeah, he's got it there.
We ain't got to go no more.
Yeah.
We ain't got to go no more. That did it.
Well, he came out of Texas. He came out of Texas, and Matt came out of Tulane. So
even worse. You came out of big time Texas, and he came out of Tulane, and like,
yeah.
Here are the others: Corey Dillon, Ward Dunn, Arian Foster. No, Arian Foster. No.
Major League Tennessee alone. Y'all disrespecting my volunteer. No,
I'm with Corey Dillon. I'm with Ward Dunn. Arian Foster. No. Eddie George absolutely should be on the list.
Definitely.
Frank Gore.
Definitely.
That's a question. Is Frank Gore a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
I think he's in the Hall of Perseverance.
Seriously, he was just around long enough to get to 15,000 yards.
At no point, like you talk about no Pro Bowls. I don't think he has any, does he? One maybe the 1 year with 49ers.
He had to have gone to the Pro Bowl.
Did he? Was he a running back that was better than his peers?
Frank Gore.
Yeah, it's a longevity thing.
Frank Gore, 16,000 even.
Ooh, 16,000 yards. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
16 even. 81 touchdowns.
Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Perseverance.
One, two,
five-time
Pro Bowler. 5-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Fame.
Man.
It just looked ugly.
His second year.
Yeah.
I mean, look, for the dude who had like 17 knee surgeries, still be running the ball.
Priest Holmes. I put him on that list. Steven Jackson.
Wait. You would put Priest Holmes on the list?
I put him on the list of nominees, yeah. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer. He belongs on the list of nominees, though.
Why?
Because he had a good weight. Let's pull him up.
He had one really good season against the Ravens and one really good, maybe two with the Chiefs.
Damn, but he had 86 touchdowns, only 8,100 yards rushing. Wow.
I don't think that's Hall of Fame, bro.
I mean,
I'm not saying he's a Hall of just because you're on this list doesn't mean
8,172 yards rushing.
Well, what is the nomination for? Is the nomination to be noticed as a running back? It's the Hall of Fame.
It's nominated to be on the list, and then they whittle down.
Yeah, I'm saying he should not be considered. The standard for a running back, because there's so many running backs in the NFL. The standard, just like with baseball, you get 3,000 hits. Okay,
you can be discussed.
Get 500 home runs.
That's what this list is saying. You can be discussed.
I think it's a waste of breath because you need to get to that. He's in the Hall of Very Good. To me, that's the Hall of Very Good. If it's nominated for the Hall of Very Good, yes.
Steven Jackson, yes.
Why?
No.
Does he have 11,000 yards?
No. Steven Jackson that used to play for the Bears?
No, he used to play for the Rams.
He got drafted by the
Didn't he play
Jackson
for the Bears?
Was on the Bears?
No. I'm thinking about Marion Barber. I'm thinking about Marion. Yeah. I'm thinking about Marion Barber. They kind of
moment of silence for Marion Barber. I want to bring up something about Marion Barber, but it wouldn't be right.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking about. That's who I was.
Denver. What year was that?
But I don't think Steve.
Get out of bounds. Stay in bounds. But they should have ran to the short side of the field, to be quite honest with you.
They should not have. You're exactly right about that. Chris Johnson.
Well, I guess he is. He 1,100.
He got 11,000.
Steven Jackson, 11,000.
Yeah.
Oh, then
69 touchdowns.
Yes, and he's got a Super Bowl ring. Super Bowl appearance.
He does. He has an appearance.
Yeah. You just said somebody else. I just heard you.
Chris Jackson.
Man, I here's the thing where you can nominate somebody who may not have had 10,000 yards, but you get a 2,000-yard rushing season. I think that makes you a little. And you last long enough to. Look at what does he have?
I think Chris Johnson can be discussed.
You think Kyle Riley's a Hall of Famer in baseball?
Who?
Kyle Riley. This season, hit 60 home runs. I'm just saying. You talking about the guy this year? Yeah, the catcher who's only catcher that hit 60 home runs ever. That don't make you a Hall of Famer.
No, I wasn't done.
Just giving up. Okay,
I wasn't done. I said you get 2,000, then I said plus, and then I was asking Ez, how many yards does he have?
Chris Johnson,
96.51.
Yeah, so his 9,000 to me, no, I know he had more than that. You're not you're close to 10,000, but you have a 2,000-yard season, which is really difficult to do, and hitting 60 home runs. I'm not saying that's easy to do, but it ain't the same wear and tear that getting 2,000 because. A lot of times, after you get 2,000, you're not the same back the next year.
Well, as a catcher,
yeah, I think the baseball is a different kind of sport too, bro. It's just it's apples and watermelons. It's different.
Thomas Jones, former Bear.
I would put him in the Hall of very interesting. But
Bears ring of honor.
You said you got 10,000 yards.
He's got over 10,000.
So I think here's where I go, okay, I'll listen to your nomination, but you're not going to get my vote.
Here's a good one. Jamal Lewis.
Look, man, you keep messing with my Tennessee guys, we're going to have a problem. But he got 2,000 yards under his belt. He has a 2,000-yard
season.
And he got a Super Bowl ring under his belt as well.
Yeah. Beast Mode.
And he got a national championship. So, I'm just saying,
Beast Mode. Marshawn Lynch.
Man, Marshawn is everybody's
wait. We went from these guys over Forte to truly saying whether they in the Hall of Fame or not. We kind of.
Well, no. I'm still on Forte. I'm still with Forte.
Okay.
Would you put them on this list before Forte?
Yes.
Beast Mode, yes.
All right.
Beast Mode,
yes.
Yes.
All right. LaShawn McCoy, your favorite guy, Smoke.
Yes, man. Yes. Hell yes. Yes. I mean, yes.
Eric Metcalf.
No. I like Eric Metcalf, but no. He got 7,000 yards.
So you know what? Wait. I'll take him off because technically they didn't. Well, wait. Why didn't they put him on as a?
We talking about his daddy? No, his daddy was Terry Metcalf.
No, Terry. Yeah, we talking about Cleveland Brown, Eric Metcalf.
Yeah. I mean, break your ankles Hall of Fame. Yeah.
I put him more as a special teams guy than as a running back.
Well, I put him as in the break your ankles Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Terry Metcalf, by the way, very, very good football player.
Yes, I would put his dad over him.
Fullback Lorenzo Neal, not the same.
No.
Fred Taylor.
Yes.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm saying Fred Taylor over
Forte.
Over Forte, yes.
Yeah.
You don't think Fred's a Hall of Famer? That's your Florida.
I do.
Oh,
I hate Florida, but he's a bad boy, man.
All right, last one. And he's sort of, this was one of my favorite college running backs of all time. Ricky Watters.
Ricky Watters. You know what? I think Ricky Watters is an interesting case. But yes, I think I would take him over Forte. Because again, he's got a Super Bowl. I think he was integral with the two teams he played for, with Seattle and San Francisco. Two of the teams he played for. I know he played for more than two teams. But Ricky's I don't know if Ricky's mouth is going to work against him. We'll see.
I gotta say, man, I just looked at this. Yeah, he guess he does have a gripe with a couple of these names.
There's about four names in there. Jamal Charles sticks out. Stick to Jamal Charles and Priest Holmes one stick out to me the most.
That okay.
Because some of the other ones were center or not centers. I'm sorry, like Larry Centers were like fullbacks. Yeah, so it's like it's a little different.
That is interesting. By the way, former Bears. We mentioned Thomas Jones already. Olin Kreutz, Lance Briggs, Peanut Tillman, and
you know why Peanut's gonna get in there? Because every damn week they keep talking about the peanut punch.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
That's gonna get him in there.
It's gonna work. Ted Washington. I forgot about Ted Washington is on the list as well.
I don't get it, but okay.
And then shout out to former Mount Carmel Caravan, Donovan McNabb and Simeon Rice.
Donovan and Simeon are in the Hall, though. You could have been a contender.
I think Simeon Rice is the Hall of Fame.
No,
I think GM is not showing the MC.
Not showing exactly. Is that Brother Rice is coming out?
They got MC this week.
That's right.
Big game this week.
I'm not that petty.
I don't know.
Look, have you ever heard me say I hate Mark Carmel? I have a healthy respect for Mark Carmel.
Okay.
I hate Maris. I fucking hate Maris. I hate me. Like right now,
I want to throw a street from y'all.
Well, it's a lot. I'm just saying.
You know what? I will say this. The whole when I was at Mount Carmel, we didn't look at Brother Rice as the rival. The rival was St. Rita.
Was Rita, right?
Yeah, but, I get it.
I guess for you guys, it was
Maris. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't show no hate because y'all ain't been this good in football to be at this level with MC. Y'all 1-3. I can't throw no shots.
Hey,
Simeon ain't never.
My team played for the state championship in '86, brother. I mean, 85. Slow you wrong.
That was probably last time.
Slow you.
They may have been back.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not. I know. Yes, that is true. But Carmel has the most state championships in state history.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm saying. I know you probably ain't even.
That's all the more reason to hate him.
Yeah, but y'all wasn't really playing against them that much. Y'all probably wasn't even in the same class in football.
Yes, we played this every year.
No, they played pretty much every year.
Especially back in my day, we didn't have as many classes.
Well, not even the class situation. The Catholic League was small.
Catholic League, yeah. So no, we had a healthy respect. I hated Mendo, not because they were good. I just hated Mendo, and I hated freaking Marist. But St. Rita and Carmel had a healthy respect for those programs.
Yeah, that was the rival.
And St. Lawrence
and I'll say they had.
You had a healthy respect for St. Lawrence
back in my day.
Because I'm about to say your Brother Rice people today that they will be ready to hurt you. They hate them people at St. Lawrence, boy.
I don't even know if St. Lawrence is still open.
I had a Brother Rice fan section in the playoff game because they hate St. Lawrence so bad.
That's a new hate. That's a new hate.
Man, they hate St. Lawrence.
Hey, Simeon Rice, 122 sacks in his career.
Is he really?
Yeah. It helped that he was on a Super Bowl winner, and he was on an all-time great defense.
Then I'll take it back. He should. Don McNabb, no. Simeon Rice, yes.
Yeah, Don. I love Don McNabb.
I do. I like Donovan, but
it's hard to say that he should be in there.
Hall of very, very good, like him and
he is
Russell Wilson.
He is right there. What is up with? I'm sorry, we need to get out of here. The Russell Wilson hate is unbelievable to me, man.
Dude, they just don't like the dude. They don't like the cat. They don't like the
former teammates coming out on you, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess he's too inauthentic for them, I suppose.
They don't view it as genuine.
Right.
That's man.
And it's crazy because I know people like that. Like that
they come
off like that, and it's like I know how my mental is. It's like something about them just don't seem.
Well, it must be something to it.
Well, it's been there since the first couple of years in Seattle. I mean, the Legion of Boom was like,
they never truly fully embraced
it. They don't mess with that dude, man. That's
weird.
That's interesting. I mean, they were talking about there were people bringing up the fact that he doesn't have many friends on the team, and nobody goes to his parties. It was like it was the movie Draft Day or something. I was like, damn, that dude, man.
He tries too hard, maybe. I don't know. It just seems inauthentic, I suppose.
Man, oh well. The one thing I wanted to bring up before we go, this has to do with baseball. The celebrations, the end of season celebrations in baseball. All right, I think they're too many. Way too many. All right.
So too many champagne spraying and goggle wearing.
Celebrations. All right.
You celebrate clinching, then you celebrate clinching the actual division.
Okay. Seattle the other day. All right. Clinched the playoff spot, right?
That's a good time to celebrate.
Okay, so they celebrate the playoff spot. All right. The next day, who was it that lost? Houston lost.
And they clinched
the division. And you know what happened?
Had another
They did it all over again. Celebrated the next day.
Seattle, I mean, how often do they win divisions in Seattle?
No, but that's something that the Yankees would do too, though.
It gets tired.
That's baseball culture.
It gets tired because you know what's going to happen?
They're the only team to never win a World Series.
The very next week, a team is going to win the wild card round. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to have a champagne celebration. And then a team is going to win the very next week. They're going to win the divisional series. And they're going to have a champagne celebration.
Sound like a hater, man.
And then the championship series and a champagne celebration.
And then the like World a guy Series. Who's a Come team on, only been man. To the playoffs 6 times in his lifetime. Because if the White Sox did
I wouldn't wait for them. I get it. Here's my. If I were the commissioner of baseball, I would do it like this. All right, division
winners over that. You have no control over that.
Division winners get to celebrate.
You can't do that as a commissioner.
I can. I'm the commissioner.
How? I'm the owner. I pay you.
No, so what? I'm the commissioner of all baseball.
I'm the owner of my team.
I saw 8 men out. I saw 8 men out. What was his name? The guy they made
Fascist commissioner of baseball.
Remember that guy? He Mountain Landis. He said, I gotta have absolute control. That's what commissioner.
You're gonna go by the most racist, fascist commissioner in baseball.
He was a racist.
You're gonna control celebrations.
Division winners. All right.
The man that set the color line is the guy that's gonna set the party line, huh?
Division winners.
Oh man.
Division winners. All right. And then no more celebrations until somebody wins the World Series.
Well, why division winners?
What like
and not league championship winner.
The division winner, because it's a very long season. I understand that. It's 162 games. It's a major grind.
You said I take that back. You division win. I'm thinking. I thought you was meaning division series.
No. Okay. When you win your division,
I'm like, why the hell not the league championship series?
You win your division. I'll give you that. That's very important. You win your division, you get a celebration. You don't need to celebrate the wild card.
You sound like the Burgermeister Burger from the town A Day Without Santa Claus. No more fun.
No more fun.
No more toys.
Why not the league? Why not the league championship series?
Because that was the division was the original goal, right? The next goal is the world championship. All right? It's cool that you win the pennant.
You win the pennant.
You win the pennant, that's great, but you still haven't won. You don't see the Eastern Conference champion in basketball celebrating with champagne.
You don't?
Yeah.
No. You never saw Mike celebrating our Eastern Conference championship. No. You don't see in the NFL.
Who is this Chris Kringle? Who is this Chris Kringle?
They just don't show it.
They
more fun.
They just don't show it.
No
more toys.
Yeah, they just don't show it because the big thing that went viral a few years ago when the Mavericks went to the finals.
No, what happened? What happened? They took the beer from him. They took the beer from Luka.
From Luka, but the rest of the team was celebrating.
They had some beers. They weren't pouring champagne on each other.
I mean, look, it's the baseball culture.
I'm saying the baseball culture is off, and I'm gonna fix it.
It's not
more celebration.
Trust me, it plays no factor in who wins or loses.
That's not the point. It's the point. It's just too much.
Why is it too
much? Tired of it, man.
Have fun.
I'm tired of it. And you're right.
I guarantee
if my team celebrated more, I would be happy. But my team doesn't celebrate. All right.
Right. So you being the get off my lawn type guy right now.
I'm telling you, he's the Burgermeister Burger.
He said the commissioner should step in. That's crazy.
Well, I didn't say wait. I didn't say Manfred should step in. I said when I become commissioner, I'll do it.
You might as well say Manfred should step in.
I don't need Manfred to do that. He's already in a bad spot, man. Everybody hates him, so I don't want to do that to that man. But I would do it because it's just too much. That ticked me off when Seattle did that.
Everybody listening, go back and research your childhood. Go back to Sound Out Santa Claus or whatever, and the Burgermeister Burger, and you go just listen to Ed, just replace him. No more celebrations.
Hey, let's go to picks so we can get out of here. Last week, we all were terrible. Glenn and I both went 1-2. Smoke, you went 0-3.
Yeah.
So we need to pick that up a little bit. Right now, I am 5-4 now.
You and GM should be 5-4, right?
Actually, you know what? I made a mistake. I was 4-2 going into after last week.
Oh,
okay. Not 3-3. So I'm 5-4. Glenn, you're 4-5, and Smoke, you're 3-6. All right.
Who knew Illinois was gonna show up?
So Smoke, they sure did, man. Good win for the
I'm glad
for the Fighting Illini. I also won a parlay this week. Congratulations to me.
Okay. Oh, nice. Got to pay off a bill or have more money to gamble?
No, just a little bit more to gamble, man. I didn't bet big.
Yeah, it's still a win.
Yeah, win's a win though. Win's a win. Smoke, you're up first. Who you got?
Cleveland plus 3.5 versus Minnesota.
All right.
Jets plus 2.5 versus the Cowboys.
Did y'all see that run by Justin Fields?
Yeah.
Man, reminded me. He did against the same coach.
Wait, did you see Miami's DC was like, you just like, what the fuck?
What the... Man, oh God. Talk about shooting yourselves in the foot. They should have won that. They should have won that game.
No.
Yeah. The opening drive. And Tampa plus 3.5 versus Seattle.
Bucks plus 3.5. All right.
All dogs go to heaven.
Glenn, who you got?
First one's going to be Maryland at home. Home dog. Plus 6.5 against the Washington Huskies.
They played Washington played Ohio State pretty good early.
They did at home.
Yeah.
It's different on the road. And Maryland is no one's really paying attention to Maryland, but the Marylanders. This one, and this is where my hate. This is just a hate thing. I know Alabama's coming off of a big win, and I know they owe Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt's getting 10.5. I'm gonna take Vandy 10.5 against Bama.
By the way, Vandy a top 25 team right now.
Yeah, and they and deservedly so.
Wait, plus you said 10.5?
Yeah, 10.5. Right. Because unlike some teams, they've been whooping up on the teams they're supposed to whoop up on. They've been winning by double digits. And then we're gonna get a pro game in here. 1 second. Give me un momento, por favor. I'm gonna stick with these guys because I think they just on a different prove it method. I'm gonna take the Lions. -10 on the road against the Bengals.
Started to.
That makes a lot of sense because the Bengals can't score points.
Yeah, and they have a hard time stopping you from scoring points. I think the Lions are still on it. Like, you know what? Y'all don't believe us. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder, and I think the Lions are at their best when they biting off kneecaps and they got a chip on their shoulder.
All right. I am going to start with the team on my hat right now.
North Dakota?
No. The Fighting Irish in Notre Dame. They are giving Boise State 20.5 at home.
Oh my God.
I'm going with Notre Dame.
So Notre Dame is -20.5?
-20.5.
That's insane. I'm going to go to Boise on the blue?
I think it was the Arkansas beatdown last week.
Okay.
Let me get out of the college world because I think that might be a little too much.
You want that Texas Florida smoke?
No, I do not. Nothing to do with it. I don't trust Texas offense.
I don't trust. Yeah, I don't either. I'm with you on that
one. I'm gonna go with the. Is JJ back?
Nah, I think what's his name? I don't know.
Still Wentz.
I think it's gonna be Wentz unless he just really looks bad. I think they want to give JJ a little more time.
Then I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna take the boys minus the 2.5.
Really? Who's Dallas playing?
The Jets.
Yeah, I think the Jets get there first. Yeah.
And I'm staying away from that. Eagles Broncos. I'm gonna take the G-men plus the 2 in Nolens.
Really? Like Jackson Dart playing back in his own SEC stomping ground, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
The familiarity of the down south.
More importantly, I don't like New Orleans.
Man, nobody wanted to mess with. No one wanted to go old school, mess with the U against Florida State, huh? Nobody was feeling that.
No, did you see, man, the way Florida State lost last week?
Dude, you know what though, man? Historically, Virginia, even when the Florida State was a badass school, and when they first got into the ACC, Virginia would be that team that upset them.
That would upset Florida State. You're right.
Yeah, it's just. So I think that was more of a. And the quarterback said it. They were smelling themselves a little bit. So and they might have been looking past them for the U game, to be quite honest with you.
Well, they got to stop. Also, one more thing, they got to stop them kids from
running the field,
rushing the field like that, man. That poor kid from Florida State got trampled on, man. I'm surprised he wasn't seriously hurt. That's crazy.
Well, I agree with you because the way people bet these days, somebody might have it be pissed off. It's just a matter of time for somebody does some stupid shit, runs out there with something in their pocket, and somebody gets stabbed. Some stupid shit. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to go off on that, but all right.
And with that note, we'll see you next week.
This week's edition of the Easy Smoke and the GM Podcast. I want to thank everyone for listening. We greatly appreciate it. You can catch our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, Spotify. Did I say Stitcher? Not Stitcher. We're not on Stitcher. I don't think there is no Stitcher anymore. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can also catch us on YouTube, the video version. Search HP53 Productions on YouTube, and you will find our podcast and the Super Duper podcast hosted by Rob Griggs. Yo, Glenn.
Yep.
Please take us out.
Hey, like we always say here on Easy Smoking and GM the podcast, we ain't saying we're right. Just don't think we're wrong.
We catch you after the bye.